So the main thing is we got three kinds of pressure that we can use, that we need to use. We can use a drawing pressure, a driving pressure, and we always have to have a maintaining pressure. So the drawing pressure is shaking a bucket of grain and getting the cattle to follow you. And that's one part of the drawing pressure. And so that's a real valid method that a lot of older folks like to use. But the problem with that is if you always draw your cattle, they never learn how to be driven, and they really don't have the balance of how to stop them because they've got this overpowering desire to come and get that feed. So then it seems to be the easiest thing, but sometimes it creates problems. So what we need to do is create balance in our cattle. It shouldn't take any more pressure to drive them away than it does to draw them to you. And so that's what we try to talk about. But Lewis Sapp, who is with Stay Tough Fence, I think he's going to be a speaker as well. Yes. He's really studied fence designs and how to create flow better and things. And I think that's going to be fun to discuss some of that with him. But I also think, facility designs, we can talk a little bit about that, but I'm more focused on getting animals that want to do things for you, work for you, and learn how to work with your father. And, we need to have how to work with learn how to work with 2 or 3 people or by ourselves. And animals can work either way. So sometimes it's easier by yourself. Sometimes
it seems to work easier by yourself, depending on who your help is that day. If you get good help and they understand how animals work and flow, then absolutely. And sometimes when you get new folks in that maybe are there to learn or just haven't been around livestock at all, it's definitely a learning experience. And sometimes for me, often it seems that I've had some folks over the years come and help us, and it takes them a few times to even just figure out where those lines are on the cattle and making them turn their head this way or that way. But if we learn from you what those principles are, then it makes teaching other people that much easier.
That's the big goal I have is not only to help people understand how to work livestock better, but to explain it to somebody else. Because it's very, my grandfather, he didn't know how to tell me how to do things. I had to just watch or be in the wrong place, and he'd tell me not to be in that place anymore. And so now we're getting better at explaining. But when we're working livestock, it's so hard to tell somebody where to be. Because by the time you say, you get in your mind, okay, he or she should step forward 3 steps. So now I have to think about that. I make the decision, then I have to say it. I tell the person, and they have to think about what I just said and put it in their mind and put it to their feet. And by the time everything gets translated and thought through, we should take 6 steps.
Right.
So you're always telling the person the wrong thing or the timing is wrong. And so I try not to tell people what to do while we're working. We can discuss it afterwards, but they've got to learn how to make decisions on their own.